Hey, welcome to Outside the Room. I'm CG Funk, your host. It's so wonderful to connect with you here again through this show, and I'm glad you joined me on this journey. We have a great lineup for you today, but I wanted to start by giving a big thank you to Massage Heights, who is our exclusive sponsor for Outside the Room. Massage Heights understands the work that you provide every day is special, and they are committed to creating a culture of care where massage therapists and estheticians and support staff can thrive and grow. For more information about career opportunities, visit massageheights.com/careers. Now, before we meet our special guest, I wanted to bring you up on some things that are in the news. First of all, Massage Makes Me Happy and Healthy Day is coming up. This celebration will take place on March 20th. It's in conjunction with International Happiness Day. You know, Massage Makes Me Happy is a global wellness initiative. So visit massagemakesmehappy.com to find out more. And just a little bit, if for those listening to this show today, if you're affiliated with a school, if you're a school owner, a director, or instructor, Massage Makes Me Happy does have a school ambassador program through their initiative. Please visit that website so you can learn how to become a school ambassador and celebrate Massage Makes Me Happy and Healthy Day on March 20th. Also in the news, the Massage Therapy Foundation has announced that they've selected their runners that are going to receive the 4 charity bids for the 126th Boston Marathon. Now, these teams will be running for research and raising money and creating awareness for Massage Therapy Foundation. Over the past 9 years, this initiative and this program has raised $481,000. So to find out more about the program and how you can support runners through donations, visit massagetherapyfoundation.org. In our last episode, we shared that our guest would be Dr. Tiffany Field. We had to make a few schedule changes, and Dr. Field will be joining us in March. But this month, our special guest is Tara Grodjesk. Tara is the VP of Earthlite. She's the founder of Tara Spa Therapy, and she's a 40-year veteran of the massage and spa industry. A little bit about Tara. She has a BA in psychology with honors from the University of Michigan. She's a massage therapist and holistic healthcare practitioner. She's also a certified Ayurvedic practitioner. And in 2017, American Spas awarded her Visionary of the Year for Women in Wellness. Well, welcome, Tara.
Hey, CG. Great to see you again.
Hey, listen, you know, you have such an incredible career history in spa and wellness, and it all started when you became a massage therapist.
Well, my studies began in Santa Cruz, California, and then on to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then ultimately New York City and New Jersey. I had 2 clinics, one in New York and one in New Jersey. But with all of the private practice, I integrated yoga therapy, Ayurvedic lifestyle counseling with structural bodywork. So that's really how I got started in my massage therapy career.
You know, and just to go offshoot a little bit, because I love doing that. That was a long time ago. I mean, we're talking a career 40 years. So there weren't a lot of people doing what you were doing back then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. Right.
Yeah. So I know that after you were a body worker and massage therapist, and then you decided to study Ayurvedic medicine. What drew you to that?
Yeah, well, that's a great story. You know, I was interested in natural medicine and natural healing, and my parents said, you know, if you're interested in medicine, go to medical school. And I was really into a more natural approach. So I started researching schools and colleges and found in Santa Fe the College of Natural Medicine. And there was a program in Ayurveda. I really didn't know what I was stumbling into, but I attended an intro course. And my teacher, Dr. Vasant Lad, had just come from India, from Pune, India, and he did an opening lecture, and I got like goosebumps all over my body. I felt I was in the right place at the right time. And it was a beautiful integration of science and spirituality and really holistic health as we know it. And so it sparked my interest to study Ayurvedic medicine. And so I ended up being at the college for 3 years in a medical program. And then I was in private practice while I was in school there. And I taught yoga therapy at the college.
I know that a lot of times when we go through educational processes like this, that we have our own personal healing that happens in those spaces. And we're just getting all of these new modalities and treatments. Did you experience any of this in your training?
Well, yes, for sure. In my first days of massage therapy, I don't know if I told you, CG, but I went into massage school never having had a massage in my life. How did that happen? To me, it was like something divine. Like, who would have thought? I was right out of college, and I was very curious about massage therapy and body work and so on. Stumbled into school because they were talking about holistic health and holistic lifestyle, and I had such a healing personally for myself that I felt that, having the experience in the massage therapy classes of emotional releases and release of trauma and the contact and connection with the therapist, it was so profound for me. I felt I could impact a great number of people by touching them. I was interested in social change in college. I studied social psychology, why people behave the way they do and how they behave in groups. And then I got interested in humanistic psychology, which is more about living your potential, living your fullest life. And I sort of put the two together. I believed that social change came from individual personal change. Gandhi said, be the change in the world that you want to see. So it was really incredible that I somehow found my way to doing, the hands-on body work as a way to impact what I believed was impacting social change by touching individuals and supporting them to be better in their lives.
That's beautiful. I was just flashing back on like my time in massage therapy school, and then later on in all of the cranial sacral advanced training I took, and remembering like the first time I actually felt somebody working on me and felt some kind of energetic response and jumping off the table going, what in the world was that? And it's like some of that stuff you can't even verbalize. And I in my older years, I realized those experiences are ours and they're precious. And, we don't need to share them out in the world to it's listening ears that might not get it.
Yeah, I should just mention, CG, that from massage therapy, my teacher was a structural body worker. That's why I got that orientation. But we also learned polarity therapy, which is energy balancing work. And so when you refer to the energy work, it's one of the most important modalities that I was taught and that I use today in trainings and so on. And then also I was certified as a holistic health educator. So we learned about herbs and nutrition and, lifestyle balance and all of that. And so it was a beautiful integration with the massage therapy.
Yeah, that's, when we were in school, because it was a long time ago too, we had polarity therapy also. And that's it's a dying art. I don't see a lot of people learning that anymore.
And to date me a little bit, I used to go down to Esalen Institute from Santa Cruz. And there were the great healers, Ida Rolf was doing demonstrations and Milton Traeger doing demonstrations and being able to watch them do their work. I mean, it was just really inspiring. And, it's the roots of massage therapy in the U.S.
Yeah, it is. And good old Esalen. So, when you decided at some point to kind of combine your love of healing touch with Ayurvedic principles and spa, and this wasn't being done back then, unless you were obviously in India, but I don't think they called them spas. I think they called them wellness centers or something.
Ayurvedic hospitals.
Hospitals, yeah. So tell me how that transpired for you, just thinking, I can combine all this, because basically you're visionary right now. It wasn't being done. So
no, yeah, I was going to say people I would say Ayurveda and they go, are you what? are you crazy? What is that? And
Right.
so it wasn't well known. I mean, I was studying in the early 80s Ayurvedic medicine, which, was very, very new. And then, of course, integrating that in my private practice in New York and New Jersey. And then I decided after 12 years of private practice, talk about, being outside the room. I had been inside the room for many years and in silence, 8 hours a day or more, right? So I felt like I needed to get out, and I started traveling to spas around the country because I thought health spa was supposed to be the epitome of health and wellness. And I wanted to see what they were offering in terms of treatments and different modalities. And I was actually so surprised that it was very, very limited. And so I started introducing Ayurvedic principles and Ayurvedic inspired body treatments to the spas. At that time they knew nothing about Ayurveda, but they were so intrigued and wanting a more holistic approach. So it really just happened organically after being in private practice. I think this is a very important point. I felt I could only impact so many people in a day and a week, and I was on the verge of burnout, and I knew I needed to kind of get that in check. And so I decided, well, how can I have greater impact? And that was to teach. And so I went to spas, health resorts all over the country. I went to the world-class, top, best, and I went to them all over the country and started providing training programs. And so this leads into another point, is that I got into products because the way to provide education in the spas at the time was basically you kind of had to have a product you were selling. And I wasn't really relating to that. I was like, I want to, train massage therapists and estheticians. And how can I do that? And by finding more natural products, more organic products, and creating my own massage oils. So I started formulating my own massage oils, creating my moist heat therapy, neck wraps, all these things that I could bring into the spa so that massage therapists and estheticians could use, and sort of up level the quality of products that they were using. But it gave me the platform to be able to teach and train. And so, I mean, that to me is one of, I guess, one of the accomplishments I'm most proud of, is that I have been able to support education and help train therapists and estheticians all over the country, some international, thousands and thousands of therapists who have touched hundreds of thousands, if not millions of individuals. So
I love that. And, I like that you mentioned estheticians in that, because outside the room, this virtual show is designed for massage therapists and estheticians. So, and I know, like, I've known you a long time. We've been friends, and we got close when we were both in India together.
Yeah.
And, I know that you truly value their work. So can you share some things about that? Because I'd sure love to hear the heart side of this, from your heart, like, for the work they do.
For the therapists and the estheticians.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I've heard you say often, that we need to sort of bring the two parties together. There had always been like such a separation between estheticians and massage therapists. But as you have said often, that we're all using our healing hands. So we all have the impact of the power of touch. And so whether it's, doing treatments on the face or the body, first of all, we have to remember that's connected. I have a hard time in some states where they're not allowed, a massage therapist is not allowed to touch the face, so to speak. Each state has different requirements and so on. But because the mind and body are, obviously they're connected. And when we work on the face, we are calming the nervous system, which is sending messages from the brain to the body for restoration and recovery. So we can't, I have a real hard time when we try to cut off the body from the head or the face. And I have great respect for estheticians because they're able to, I think, the holistic approach, the approach that we take in skincare is that the skin is a mirror of our internal health. This is an Ayurvedic philosophy. The skin is a mirror of our internal health. And then in a holistic approach to skincare, we're not just treating superficially the skin, although, we're cleansing, we're nourishing, we're hydrating. But we must recognize that when we do work on the skin, it has an effect on the whole being energetically. So very, very powerful work.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Just to jump topics a little bit, is you have worked for years on greening and sustainability efforts. And this was even before people were talking about greening and sustainability, which here we go again, you're kind of on the cutting edge here. I know there's an association that's really dear to your heart, the Green Spa Network. Tell us more about that.
Well, so Green Spa Network, which is now called GSN Planet, I was a co-founder of, 15 years ago or so. And it really came out of a movement that was inspired by Deborah ZK, one of the co-founder of Rancho La Puerta, what we call the mothership of spas. It's one of the original health resorts, health and lifestyle, wellness lifestyle resorts, right over the border from San Diego. But Deborah gave a lecture presentation at iSpa, or International Spa Conference. And she was really like a call to action about buying in bulk, reducing waste, reducing plastics. And, it's things that I was brought up in college. I studied a lot of environmental sciences, environmental studies, passive solar architecture, and things like that. So it wasn't new to me. And then products that I was developing, I was always sort of immersed in the natural products industry, looking for, highest quality ingredients and all of that. So it wasn't new to me. But when Deborah gave that speech, there was a handful of us in massage and wellness that said, we must do something. And so Michael Stusser was one of the original founders as well. And we had a beautiful community, and still exists, GSN Planet, of individuals in massage therapy, wellness practitioners, hotel and resort spas that want to progress on the path of greening and sustainability. So it's not about saying, oh, I've achieved it, I'm here, I'm already, I've done it all, but rather we want to support businesses and individuals on the path to help educate and inform and make better choices. And so when you think about it, yes, individually, we bring our reusable bags to Whole Foods and all of that. But in massage clinics and in skincare salons and nail salons and in spas, in the past, years ago, there was just tremendous amount of waste. And being excessive meant that you were being the ultimate in luxury. And now, being the ultimate in luxury means being smart and streamlined.
I love that. So that really rolls into the next question about sustainability is one thing. What are some other things that you have seen, improve, and the opportunities that are out there right now in this world of spa?
Yeah, well, so first I would take a step back. When I started in spa, for massage therapists, you have to understand, the word spa for me was more of the traditional, taking the waters. I have always been a big hot spring, what do I want to say, follower. I traveled to hot springs all over the country, right? And so I was always, drawn to, healing through water. But, to a lot of practitioners, years ago, they saw spas as just, very elitist and this kind of luxury and pampering, come to our pampering palace, for the ultimate. And it really bothered me. And so part of my mission was to bring in more holistic practices with the Ayurvedic inspired treatments, with different modalities, so that it wasn't, so we could change the perception of what a spa was, that it wasn't this luxury for, just, affluent clientele, but that the spa experience is a necessity. And so it's about a wellness lifestyle, healthy and well lifestyle. And so I really was part of that movement, certainly didn't do it single-handedly, as part of the evolution of the spa industry to move from that perception of the pampering palace to, this environment where you could be supported in, healthy lifestyle. So that's where we have been going. And I would say for the last 10 years, spa directors have put wellness on the title of their position, spa and wellness. And I think for massage therapists, though, we're closing that gap, because the word spa is it is an overly used term, but it's evolving into wellness center. And so a massage clinic is a wellness center. A massage therapist and an esthetician are wellness practitioners. And so where we're going is, we've been using this word wellness, but during COVID, I think it really underscored the importance of being healthy, being resilient, having a strong immune system, and all the vital key points for staying strong and living a full life, having mobility, flexibility, being free of pain, all of the things that in massage therapy we can support. This is truly, a wellness approach. So we need to kind of bridge the gap. And I would say that's what's starting to happen, where estheticians are in one box and massage therapists are in another box, or spas and over here and clinics are over there. But we're really starting to integrate. You see that with medicine, functional medicine, integrative medicine, and massage therapy, is really an integral part of that.
Yeah, it's so interesting because first of all, when I'm listening to you about spas were this luxurious thing. So I don't know if you know this or not, but the very first job that I had after I graduated and got licensed in massage I was a massage therapist at the Cliff Spa at Snowbird Resort in Utah.
Yes.
And that was a seasonal job back then because nobody
Yes.
came there in the summer, right? But it was a wild, wild time because we were still, that whole world was still so new. And so there was still all the, I don't want to say all the different things were going on. Like people were burning sage in the treatment rooms, and we had an acupuncturist and a spiritual healer in there, and all these different, modalities where it was just, and we used to get all these people from New York that would just come and just have this unusual experience of not only just the massage, but, just the vibe was just not hippie, but it was out there, and it reminded me of that. And I was so glad I had that experience before everything, shifted a little bit and the spas expanded. But I also like that what you were talking about, this idea of wellness. And, I have been on this bandwagon and mission to try and educate people that careers in massage and careers in skincare or aesthetics are wellness careers. And we should start putting them under that umbrella, right? Because that brings a whole different perception and understanding and dynamic into it, the way that we pose and present these careers and these career opportunities. They really are wellness careers. And so that, I love that you said that. So that was great. So I know that your company made a big change in the last few years, merging with Earthlite. Tell us why you chose to go in that direction, and tell us how you think it's continued to elevate your brand, Tara Spa Therapy.
Yeah, thanks for that question. I made a decision after being an entrepreneur, starting as like I said, a structural body worker, to then, a substantial company, for world-class resorts. Made the decision to merge with Earthlite because I felt I wanted a bigger platform for this message that, of self-care, self-nurturing, holistic well-being, vital well-being. And I felt that in my small company, I could only reach, so many people and impact so many individuals. But Earthlite, so well established as one of the top massage equipment manufacturers in the world, one of the best, and with thousands and thousands of therapists following them and having a loyal following and believing in the quality and integrity of their equipment and supplies, I thought it was a beautiful integration. And our CEO, Jim Cheneve, and I, were actually served on the board of Green Spot Network together and had, a professional friendship for so many years. And we just kept talking about how, I have developed the massage therapy and the skin therapy products and body treatment products. And they had equipment and supplies, and how we could provide that for the practitioners and expand our reach, and also especially the message of holistic well-being.
That's really wonderful. And I'm going to have you back. I know that you have so much to share. Great to see you, and I'll look forward to talking to you later on about that.
That sounds great. I look forward to that. Thank you so much, CG.
You're welcome. Wasn't that a great conversation with Tara? Listen, we're going to bring her back for another segment of this interview, so look for that show launching later on this month. I really appreciate you joining me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you again outside the room. From my heart to your heart, namaste.